Hello friend and welcome back once again to Decisive Campaigns, or Ardennes Offensive. We're back with another bonus episode brought to you by my Patreon supporter, Pumnoral. And we get to continue. There were a few things that I said I'd left to do indeed. Like cutting these guys off. Now, ideally these guys won't escape. I did fix that bridge. Let's see further, because there's still this. Moving it down here means these guys are in mean business. Well, they're not completely cut off, but it means that it will be tricky for them to escape. They'll have to go through the regular routes and stuff like that. It will just cost them more movement points. No reason for my units to stay behind. Don't really like this again, but otherwise they'll just walk out. I could use another drive team. I wonder what happens if I say place it there. Heh. My recon is way too poor. But I'm very curious to see what will happen now. I'll put it to deplete, which doesn't... It's not really necessary because there's only the Greif team, but I'm very curious here. Let's see what happens. I dare not move into Saint Vith. That would just be asking for too much, I think. And not being able to defend both Saint Vith and the Greif and the depot. I'd just rather go for the depot, try to cause havoc. And a bit of confusion. I don't expect that Greif team to survive, but maybe it will allow me to move through that area faster. That would be interesting. Certainly we'll see how it goes. AI initialization will take pretty long, obviously, as it usually does. But that's the better, as the AI really needs it, so... Well, you don't want the AI to play as good as human player, or you'll never win, I suppose, but... Alright, here we go. Something attacked my tanks at this side of Vilts, and they kind of ran straight into it. Judging by what it was, it seems like it... like they had a lot of greyhounds, so it might be a recon force, but... I'd be hard-pressed to see. It's very weird that they'd be moving there, though. How'd they do that? Makes no sense. Here we have... some potentially encircled forces here, indeed, trying to break through those panzers, taking pretty big losses. Interesting. I guess those guys broke free. Here I lost only a Kuppelwagen against what I can assume is a recon force. Now, these forces trying to get through here. Heavy attacks. They lost a few tanks, but I lost a lot of infantry in there. Did hold firm. Breakout attempts by these forces. Not doing much. Just losing some rear area units. Wow. There's 1,000 men trying to break through across that river. Really wonder what's going to happen there, seeing as I took that supply depot. Seems like they're trying to build some kind of defensive line on this road. I guess that's fair enough. Ugh. Interesting movement there too. Seems like they are deciding to make a stand at Ettelbruck itself. Fair enough. Heh. They got some units around my Greif team, but they didn't attack it, interestingly. Meaning that the depot remains mine. Funnily enough. I guess maybe they didn't have the action points to also attack. No, it certainly did cause havoc. Yeah, it does seem like it allowed me to start moving towards Saint Vith. Now, I'm not gonna say that it's going to be empty or anything. That's very unlikely. Well, we'll see. It's not much, but it's still a city. Kind of funny that the game did allow me to take that. Interesting to see them retreat behind that city. Well, let's get it to build up now, after having released its supplies. Weird. Ah, shit. Really? Wow. I'm actually somewhat surprised. Huh. Now this is not an encirclement, but if I get to move them further, it might turn into one. That would have me snare another 2 parts of that infantry. I straight up cannot move past that like it. Ah, this is something alright. I'm gonna continue using this. To attack that. So the Armored Engineer Battalion is quite powerful, I'll give you that. Yeah, this has whatever units they had at Eschweiler encircled. I don't have enough recon to say whether it's empty or not. I'm actually gonna put them in march mode for now. These guys too, as it's straight up taking too long. Interesting. I don't really care that much for that roadblock, and I actually have a hunch that these roadblocks are kind of like cards that the AI plays. That's just kind of how I feel. But encircling these units is nice, I suppose. An important question is, though, well, I cannot get anything else in there. Yeah. Okay, let's start going. Again with marching mode on that road. Pretty tough, but at least it's a regular road. The unfortunate thing there also is that I have no highway, so I've no choice but to seriously constrain myself in terms of movement. Let's use another road area. They didn't move, interestingly enough. This is 70, this is only 40. But I still have no clue what that is. Still only a 6-1. You wouldn't say that, but luckily they can play an attack card. Let's get in here. And yeah, sure. Right, let's soften them up a bit, because otherwise it's gonna get even worse. It's not that much, but it's still 4 pieces. Alright, well, like I said, it's not that much, but it might help a bit. And And I'll also play the attack on the 164th Volksgrenadier Regiment. They don't have that much in terms of firepower, but it just might give me a little bit of a boost. See, now it's 22 to 1, so that seems to be a bit better. They'll fight tooth and nail, though. Okay, not that bad of an outcome in destroying Group Jackson and Lee. There's still something else in there, which I have no clue what it is yet. I'd hoped that would have shed some light on it. I still have a lot here. 52nd Armored Infantry Battalion and 2nd Tank Battalion. Those are serious numbers too. I don't even know why they were all the way up there. I have a lot of artillery there currently that also needs to move. Not particularly great at that. Guess they can keep on moving on the road. For them to move there, it's not even that great. Tavernier at least was empty. Which is interesting too, because it really takes me very, very close to Houffalize already. In fact, yeah, I would even say that, even though it's not that surprising, the part that's a spearhead towards Bastogne is going the fastest. Interestingly. But my units are getting quite spread out, I would say, although these are the only roads that they could technically take. Noville is also worth 2 points. The thing I suppose that's interesting here is that historically I believe the Germans here also did not get a whole lot further than Houffalize. maybe they did. I'm not really sure because I believe the Germans, they had somewhat of a line like here where they were fighting over Malmedy. I do remember them taking it, but I don't think they actually captured Stavelot. And they were fighting around Trois Ponts. So, like, I think from there, they also did not get to Marseille, as far as I'm concerned. So their line really must have gone down there. Maybe. Something like this. And then I do think they have captured Rochefort, but then basically up the Selle. And then I think it's a really thin line, or relatively thin line, going down. And then kind of around this area. And then like this. I do think they did capture at Ettelbruck. But then that's basically where that stopped, so... Now, if I can get reasonable movement along this road... It's pretty short-lived, though. The main thing is where am I gonna send these guys? If I could send them up to Houvelise, but I also have these units. Is that worth points? 2 points. I mean, trying to get up to Vielsalm here, it wouldn't even be that bad of an idea. The main issue is that from this, yeah, I'd need to move up through here anyway, because this is just leading me down. I would have to then again move back up through here, even though here I kind of have to then move east again. This is just somewhat of a blocking detachment in that sense. Just to make sure they don't pull a sneaky on me on this road. And I will deal with this with the infantry. These guys too. Let's get the artillery into marching mode. So that they can properly follow suit. Now, I have to say that in hindsight, I don't really like me now doing this, but I guess maybe in a sense I can get these guys to Montleban. Because I'm not gonna go there anyway. I just need, yeah. What I can do is I can get you in here so that these guys won't move up. Which is fair enough. And then yeah, ultimately moving back down here is also not great, but there's no road going through there. Now I could use these guys and move up, but that spreads these guys out dangerously thin. Although I guess I could be moving on through this one and then try to keep going through, which seems to make most sense to me in that regard. Now that I've cleared those parts. Well, it does make some sense, I suppose. My units are seriously entangled here too. To be honest, I think putting a medium depot here is probably a good idea. Yeah. Cost me 15 points, but I think it'll be worth it. It's a pretty decent hub, I think, as well. It should be in build-up at the moment. But I definitely want to have multiple depots, just in general, all around. Very interesting. I still don't really have enough forces all around here to deal with all these guys. So I'm kind of just like constantly attacking multiple units to weaken the enemy units in this area. In an attempt to weaken them. with some marginal effect, I suppose, constantly. Anyway, I do think I'm gonna wrap this one up. And I thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. Special shout out to all my Patreon supporters who made it possible for me to make these extra videos, which without its support I would not be able to make this Let's Play series. So I want to once again thank them for that. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.